The USACE Hard Hat of the Year Award is presented to Mr. Charles Truesdell of North Atlantic Division's Europe District. This prestigious award celebrates the year's most outstanding USACE construction field officer team member. Charlie is a quality assurance representative in the Turkey Resident Office. He works in an exceptionally challenging environment and has a special approach to bring out the best in people, share his knowledge of the quality management process, and motivate workers to be innovative in producing quality construction. His leadership, attitude, dedication, ability to focus on solutions and relationships all combine to create a wave of winning ways. We can all be very proud of Charlie Truesdell for building strong and representing the best of the USACE as our Hard Hat of the Year award winner.
Well, welcome everybody. We're really glad to have you here. I would like the emerging leaders to stand, will you? We have a really great group here. There you are. Yeah, outstanding, outstanding. Well, we're really glad to have you all, and just, I talked to them a little at noon today. I put a little pressure on them because Thursday, we're going to have a presentation at lunch, so don't miss that. It's going to be great. I want to recognize someone else. Tom O'Donovan, would you stand just a second? Tom just gave up command about 3 weeks ago of the Afghanistan Engineer District. Tom, thanks for being here. One of the things I always tell the chief when you're going to introduce me as a great lover. Why do you laugh? Well, my definition for a great lover is, well, first of all, if you were 21 years old, you might say it's romancing a different woman every night. But the real definition of a great lover is romancing the same woman for a lifetime. So tomorrow is my anniversary, just in case I forget tomorrow, so I'm going to get it right now. I'd like to have my bride, Paula, stand up of 36 years right there. You know, we were very much in love even as 15, 16-year-olds, but it just gets better and better. Gets better and better. Now we have 5 grandchildren that we get to invest our time and energy in, and it's great. But there's another love that I have too, and that's a love for the Corps of Engineers and what we're doing. I think that just to like something isn't inspiring. You have to love it. Well, I hope that it comes through to you emerging leaders as you go in. Now, Steve said Lillian's shadowing him. I think Steve is shadowing her. But as you go through this week, I would ask you to look for the passion that you see in your senior leaders. And I think you'll see something that's very, very unusual and very important to the Corps as we go forward. You know, we're in a place that was really kind of made famous here in Orlando by Walt Disney. And one of the things I love about Walt Disney is his vision. Because when we talk about leaders, and I talked to emerging leaders about this today earlier, that really the basic essence of leadership is influence. And when you see somebody's influence that is as great as Walt Disney, you have to wonder, what is it about the man? Well, I want to tell you just a little story about Walt Disney. Right here in Disney World, Walt did not live to see the ribbon cutting on Disney World. I know he would have loved to, but I want to relate what happened on the ceremony. You know, a typical dais up there. Walt Disney's widow was to be the main speaker and give the keynote speech. As they're up on the dais and they're sitting in the chairs, and the chief of staff was doing the MC work, and then eventually she was having just a little offline conversation with the president of Disney. And the president turns to her and says, "Oh, I wish that Walt could see this." And so it comes her time to get up and speak, and it was one of the shortest speeches on record. She gets up and relays this conversation that she had with the president, and she says, "I just want you all to know one thing. He did see this." A man of great vision, a man who had an influence and is still influencing, Jeff Dorko, tell me if this is true, your kids today. Because I think it is just that when you have a person that is able to see where they're going and is able to lead so many others there. One of the things I love about Disney World is their employees are not employees, they're actors. And when they get out there in the street, it's a whole different way. It's like when you go to Chick-fil-A and you say, thank you, and they say, it's been my pleasure. That's how it is. Well, this is our pleasure. And we're going to have a very pleasurable thing to do tonight, and that is to award some of our great leaders and workers and teammates in the Corps. When I was in a Sessions Command, I'm going to give you one more acronym. My other two acronyms, you know, steal ideas shamelessly, share ideas willingly. Well, this one is AURA. AURA. Great organizations have a certain aura about them. Not a halo, but an aura. And if you think about the letters A-U-R-A, let me just tell you what they mean to me. First of all, they mean the A is acceptance. How do you bring people into your organization? I want to just give you a little snippet of what's happened since the first of this year. Last year, we had 10,000 personnel actions in the Corps of Engineers, and we brought in less than 1,000 new people into the Corps. So that meant a lot of moving around within the Corps. And the truth is, every year in the Corps, about 2,000 people either retire or move on. So if you bring in less than 1,000, you might have thought you were recruiting, but you just lost over 1,000. This year, it's been different. Since the beginning of this year, we have had 12,000 plus personnel actions. 6,092 of those have been actions outside the Corps. So your Corps, our Corps, my Corps has grown from around 32,000 at the beginning of this year to 36,000 today. Now, how are we accepting those people into the Corps? That's the first part. The U means understanding. How do we get in there and find out what's going to make them tick? What do they want to do? Where's their passion? Because just liking it doesn't inspire. You have to love it. And then the R, that's what we're going to do tonight. The R is recognition. When you have wonderful people doing great things, we want to recognize those people. And then the final A is appreciation. And that's what we do when people leave the organization, when they retire, or any kind of special occasion. So tonight's an aura night. And we're going to use that big R, capital R, to recognize some wonderful people for great things they've done. The final thing I'm going to say is one of the metrics, if you will, one of the things I use to describe this great organization, and an organization, when it really is great, it will set the standard for its profession. And what you're going to see tonight and what you're going to hear as we read the awards for these folks tonight is you're going to see people that have set the standard for their profession. So enjoy the evening. Thanks for coming and being part of this. I couldn't be more proud of you, and we're going to have a great celebration tonight. So congratulations in advance, you award winners. We're going to get to you after dinner. Chief, thank you very much. Thank you all.